Weather radars usually catch storms, clouds, disturbances in the sky. But then, something impossible happened. Experts saw an entire town appear on the radar at once. The strange part wasn't that the radar detected a town. The problem was, there was nothing on the ground. Where the radar showed streets and structures, Google Maps and satellite images showed empty land. So how did the radar pick up something that wasn't supposed to exist? A perfectly shaped city, showing up again and again. Nothing that consistent could be accidental. So the real question became, what was the radar detecting? Cities can fade from history, but this one was never built. Yet radars kept capturing buildings, roads, heat signatures, everything, as if an invisible settlement had started speaking through the air. No glitch, no storm, just a repeating signal, a pattern science still can't explain. One October morning, the National Weather Service radar picked up something impossible. A strange, perfectly symmetrical cluster pulsing on the screen. It looked exactly like heavy rain falling over a small town, but in that region, not a single human lives. Not a single structure stands. Meteorologists first brushed it off as a glitch, but glitches don't stay stable for 10 full minutes, and this signal held its shape with unnerving precision, a flawless circular outline, almost as if a hidden settlement was accidentally revealing itself. Scientists were baffled, but one question obsessed everyone. If no city exists on the ground, then what was creating this perfectly measured rainfall signature? What was the radar actually detecting? Whatever sat behind that strange signal, no one could explain it. The next step seemed straightforward. The NWS dispatched a small investigation team, equipped with drones, thermal scanners, and advanced mapping gear. But when they reached the coordinates, things got unsettling fast. The ground was bone dry, the vegetation was untouched, and the entire area felt unnaturally calm. Too calm for a place that was supposedly alive on radar. The drone began a thermal sweep across the field, and then it happened. The monitor flashed. For a brief second, multiple heat signatures appeared, clustered together, perfectly shaped, motionless, then blink, gone. The scanner labeled them as non-living anomalies. The team froze. Thermal glitches usually show random hotspots, scattered, shapeless. But these were perfect human silhouettes. If the land was empty, then who or what produced those outlines? Scientists often refer to places where signals behave strangely as silent zones. Usually they're caused by geological faults, magnetic anomalies, or atmospheric distortion. But this location had none of those. There was only one bizarre pattern everyone kept noticing. Every 14 to 15 days, the town appeared on the radar again. Same size, same shape, same density. It was repeating itself with clockwork precision, as if someone or something was following a schedule. That's when some researchers suggested a more unnerving possibility. It might be the echo of an erased town, a settlement that once existed but now survives only as atmospheric memory. Physicists call it residual imprinting, a ghost signal left behind by something long gone, still imprinting itself onto instruments that can listen. But the bigger question hit everyone at once. If this was just an echo, how did the drones capture thermal silhouettes? A retired meteorologist eventually leaked a confidential file, and it changed everything. According to that document, a tiny undocumented settlement did exist here in the 1960s. No official name, no recorded population, and its disappearance never logged anywhere. Locals claimed the residents evacuated after a mysterious disease outbreak.
They started coughing, a terrible fever. We had no choice but to leave them.
How quickly did the sickness spread through the village?
But there are no records, no photographs, not a single paper trail, just a whispered rumor that the entire community vanished overnight without leaving a single body behind. Then came the eerie part. The shape of today's radar anomaly matches a rough, hand-drawn map from 1962. Even more disturbing, the spot where the town's old telegraph tower once stood lines up perfectly with the cluster where the drone captured the thermal silhouettes. That kind of alignment isn't random. Or maybe it's so perfect that it turns into something even more suspicious. If this missing town is what the radar keeps detecting, then who or what is generating the signal now? In 2021, the radar picked up another powerful signal. Only this time, it wasn't shaped like rainfall, it was moving. A long, narrow signature, drifting south, straight, purposeful, almost like a line of people walking in formation, a procession, a migration, something alive, or something pretending to be. The ground team ran a fresh thermal scan, and what they captured was even clearer than before. Dozens of silhouettes, walking, silent, all heading toward the tree line of a nearby forest. And then, just like the previous anomalies, they disappeared, as if someone switched them off. Scientists still have no explanation. Was it an atmospheric ghost? A looped imprint from a moment frozen in time? Or the final footsteps of a community the world erased? A community that only returns under the cover of darkness before slipping away again. Maybe history never truly forgets certain places, but some of its darkest moments are easy to overlook. Just like Colby Vinson, a young man who lost far more in love than he ever expected. He once said something haunting, that love can feel like death, not salvation. You've just heard his story, a story of trust, heartbreak, and a moment that changed everything. But let it be a reminder, one tragic night doesn't define what love really is. Don't let fear take its place.